Hey there, and welcome into another exciting episode of A for Effort, coming to you with another quality movie review. I'm your host, Matt, and as always, we start off giving thanks to our unofficial sponsor of the podcast, MoviePass. $9.95 a month gets you one movie a day at local cinemas in your area. Check MoviePass.com for theater listings and offer availability. On today's episode, we're going to break down Life of the Party. I will admit right off the top, I am not the hugest Melissa McCarthy fan. She's hit or miss for me. Some of her movies are great, and some of her movies are not so great. I was a huge fan of Spy. I am one of the few people that enjoyed Ghostbusters, but there are a few that I just don't like. And unfortunately, this is one of them that just fell short to me. This movie was directed by her husband, Ben Falcone, and again, it stars Melissa McCarthy, Maya Rudolph, Gillian Jacobs, Debbie Ryans, Adriana Arona, Luke Benward, Julie Bowen, and Matt Walsh. It has a nice cast, it has a lot of great comedy, but it just didn't live up to what I needed it to be. I thought it was going to be something a lot funnier than what it was, but when it comes down to it, it's just a midlife crisis movie. When the movie opens, Melissa McCarthy is dropping her daughter off at college for her senior year, and as they're pulling away after dropping her off, her husband, Matt Walsh, playing Dan, drops the bomb on her that he wants a divorce and that he's been seeing the realtor, Marcy. In this moment, Melissa McCarthy realizes, and through some talk with her parents and whatnot, that she never finished college when she got pregnant. And so she decides to go back to college, and this is where the movie ensues. The movie starts off exactly what you would expect it to be. The daughter is hesitant to have her mother at the same college as her, but that goes away fairly quickly. Like, I thought that might be more of the plot of the movie because you could see her friends starting to enjoy her mom's presence, but then very quickly, about 30 minutes into the movie, she's okay with her mom being there, and okay. Then some jokes ensue, some comedy ensues with the group of friends, and there's a really cool dance scene where they all have an 80s party, and she decks them all out with what they used to look like in the 80s, and it was, that was pretty fun. And there's some great scenes where she ends up hooking up with one of the college guys, and she has a wonderful joke about how she could tell she was teaching him everything he needs to know. She basically showed him her Vagoogle and for all the things he needed to know, and he actually becomes obsessed with her, and it's pretty funny because he's just like wanting more and more and more and more, but I just wasn't satisfied with the movie I got. Like I said, I'm not a huge Melissa McCarthy fan, and so it wasn't exactly what I expected it to be off the top. And that's okay. I'm not against seeing these types of movies. It just wasn't what I needed it to be off the top. I really thought it was going to be funnier than what it was, and I came out a bit lackluster from it. Like I said, there's some great comedy beats with the Vagoogle and the dance-off, but I just was unimpressed by the movie as a whole. There's a great cameo by Christina Aguilera at the end. Melissa McCarthy's roommate is like this shut-in who won't leave the house and basically like sneaks up behind her, and she has some of the best comedy stuff because she sneaks up behind her, has these hilarious moments where she's like looking over her shoulder. Melissa McCarthy gets scared and she's like, "How long have you been there?" She's like, 20 minutes, and it's just hilarious in that, but she tries to break her out of that shell, get her outside, get her some sunlight, get her some food, and turns out her ex-husband sells the house and takes all the money, and so she can't afford to finish college. So the girls come up with this bright idea to throw a party and raise money for her mom to stay in college. Well, the party doesn't go well, and one of the girls, Gillian Jacobs' character, is a 28-year-old who's a sophomore in college, and she was in a coma, and she has a huge following on Twitter because she's Coma Girl, and so she posts that Christina Aguilera is going to be at the party, and so everyone shows up and everyone pays to be at the party, and then she doesn't show, but the roommate actually is cousins with her and does get her to show up, and it's a great little ending to the movie where they all come together and they raise the money and she gets to graduate with her daughter. And like I said, it's a midlife crisis movie mixed with a coming of age story, and it was okay. I'm not sold. I actually think Melissa McCarthy's other movie this year, Happy Times Murders, is going to be a lot funnier than this was. I just think the premise of Happy Times Murders is going to be better. This movie was okay. My wife loved it. Her friend was a little bit mixed on it. I was mixed on it. It just, like I said, it was good. I'll see them all. I'll see as many movies as I possibly can because I really, like I said, Movie Pass has allowed me this opportunity to see a ton of movies. So I will see as many as I possibly can, and this is one of those ones where it was just middling for me. I didn't really enjoy it. It's one of those ones you can wait for it to hit the red box. You can wait for it to hit the Netflix or the Hulu or HBO. Like, wait for it. Don't waste your money unless you have a movie pass. Use it. This is my 26th movie that I've seen with my movie pass, not including repeat viewings of other movies that I've seen. So I'm getting my value out of my card, and so for that, I love the fact that I got to see this movie, and I'll continue to see movies of this nature with my card, because in years prior, the only movies I ever saw were superhero movies because it costs a lot to see movies. But MoviePass has allowed me to see anything and everything that I'm truly interested in. And with that, Life of the Party gets an A-. I'm not overly impressed by this movie. I wasn't too enthusiastic to see it. It's not the movie that I expected it to be. So the comedy in the trailers had me a little bit more sold on it than the actual movie that I got to watch. And an A- is all it gets for today. This is going to be a real short review because I don't have much to say about it. Like I said, it had a few good raunchy moments, but overall it was kind of boring and just middle of the road comedy. And for that, I will give it the A- one more time. I've been your host, Matt, and as always, like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know how the reviews are going. Did you like this movie? Did you not like this movie? What are your thoughts? Tell me in the comments below. This has been another quality movie review from A for Effort.